Hello everyone, I am back with another video. This video is a little different versus past videos, vlogs that I've done as far as traveling, things I've done. I just want to share more of a new hobby I picked up about a year ago. I wanted to show my toy figures that I have started to collect over the past year. And before I get started, I want to show you my t-shirt of the day. It's this t-shirt. It says Deadly from the movie Prey. This was actually made by OXDX. So I bought this when I was at the Santa Fe Indian Market. It says Deadly, and if it bleeds, we can kill it. So I really love this shirt. Had to get it. So not sure if he's selling it on his website. I believe the time, I think it was only a Santa Fe Indian Market exclusive. So some of the things that I am currently collecting are wrestling figures, more of the older wrestling era, WWF, WWE. My favorite wrestlers are Bret the Hitman Hart, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Undertaker. I have been trying to look for Goldust, very rare, kind of hard to find at this moment. I do also collect some Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. So those are some of the very few wrestlers that I'm currently collecting right at this moment. Oh, and also in my collection, I do have a Black China and The Rock. So there's just a few other ones that I would probably try to find when I'm out figure hunting. And I couldn't forget Miss Elizabeth. She is a duo with Macho Man, of course. As you can see, I have her here in her yellow dress. I know that there's more figures, a few more figures out there. She's wearing different outfits, but this is one that I was able to come across and I picked up. And some other figures that I am collecting are more on the movie side, 80s, 90s movies. Jurassic Park is one of them. I was able to find most of the characters from the first original movie. I don't have Dr. Hammond. He's probably the only one I don't have. I have a few Marvel characters, but they're more on the native side. I do have Warpath, for instance. This is a much older version of Warpath on card. This has a date of 1994, so this is from 94. I would like to get the more updated, most current Warpath. I have seen him several times when I was out figure hunting. And then I also do have the New Mutants Legend series, Dani Moonstar. So she is another Native American character from the New Mutants. So that is one that I definitely had to pick up. Another figure that I do have is the Wonder Woman from the Wonder Woman 1984 movie. So I have her here, Wonder Woman. So that's the only figure I have as far as anything outside of DC at this moment. But as you saw, I do have a lot of Batman. Batman is probably one of my most favorite comic book characters. Right now, I'm trying to collect any kind of Batman. I do have from the most recent movie. The 1989 film is my favorite alongside Batman Returns. Those are probably my top two Batman movies because I did grow up seeing those. Those were probably the first two Batman movies that I did see as a kid. And also they were directed by Tim Burton, who was one of my most favorite directors out there. So in addition to Batman, I'm also collecting Catwoman. So any Catwoman from any movie series. And of course, Joker is my ultimate favorite villain from the Batman series. So anything Joker, I most likely will probably try to get. So the most recent Jokers that I have been trying to find were from the Three Jokers comic book series. These were actually made from McFarlane Toys. So there are 3 of these Jokers. So this one's a clown. These ones were actually pretty easy to find. I had no problem finding these. So this is the criminal. And the last one, which was hard to find, I remember coming across this while I was out in Minneapolis. Saw it in GameStop. It was a GameStop exclusive, can only be found in GameStop, and didn't even bother to pick it up. Just saw it, put it back, and I totally regretted it. So I was on the search for this last Joker, which is the comedian, and luckily, shout out to Mo Dark Knight. He also collects figures, and I came across him while I was at the Shiprock flea market, and he was selling his portraits. He does photography, so he does toy photography. And I mentioned, we had a conversation, and I indicated that I was trying to look for this last Joker, and he said he had it. So he was willing to sell it to me for retail price, which is awesome, because I mean, I can imagine what these are going for now. But I was able to buy it off of him. And since I'm on the topic of Mo Dark Knight, this is actually the photo that I bought from him. So it has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then it has Master Splinter right there in his Hogan. So this has been indigenized. Yeah, so they're playing Res Ball. So you can see you got Shiprock in the back. Yeah, so I bought this. I still have yet to frame it. He does also have another page called IndigiGeek. So he also does reviews of movies, just anything pop culture. So if you're into any of that stuff, yeah, go follow him. And going back to the 80s, 90s movie nostalgia era, I do have a couple of other figures that I did purchase. The Princess Bride is one movie that I grew up watching. It was probably one of my favorite movies, and McFarlane Toys came out with the Princess Bride. So I did get the Princess Bride, Princess Buttercup, and so this one's in her red dress. There is another figure where she does have another dress on, but this was one of the first ones that came out as far as this collection. And of course I had to get the Dread Pirate Roberts, so he's here. I would love to get Fezzik, who's played by Andre the Giant. He is actually a huge figure, way bigger than this. And I also do have one figure from My Little Pony. My Little Pony, I grew up watching this. As a kid, I had so many of these. I'm not quite sure where any of them are now. I'm pretty sure, you know, my mother probably donated them, gave them away. But this era is probably the one where I would like to probably collect more of. This is probably from my time back in the 90s. I do need to get more space. I only have this one shelf full of my figures, so I'm probably gonna have to get another shelf. These are from the movie, the original movie, and I was only able to get the Casey Jones, April O'Neil figures. These come in a 2-pack, so you know, they'll have 2 Ninja Turtles in one box, and then they'll have the other 2 in another box. I did come across all 4 of them when I was in Farmington, and didn't even bother to even buy them. I mean, I should have bought them. I feel like that's the #1 rule. If you're looking for something and you come across it, you need to buy it right then and there. But these were a little expensive. I think these were about $60, so you know, that's money I probably didn't have at that time. But I mean, definitely hard to find now, and if I can get my hands on them, I will probably get them. And those are the Ninja Turtles that are featured on this in this photo right here. So these are the NECA turtles here. So a future goal of mine as far as what to collect next are all the horror movie characters, more from the 90s, 80s. Again, that was what I grew up watching. Funny story, growing up, my older cousins, when they used to babysit me, my sister, and my younger cousins, they would torment us by watching some of these horror films. And I remember one of them being Nightmare on Elm Street, and I remember being so terrified of those movies, but now they're like my most favorite movies. I think Nightmare on Elm Street is probably my most favorite classic horror film. I wouldn't say classic, but you know, back in the 90s. At first I wasn't so interested in collecting any of the Funko Pop figures, but when I saw some of these characters, I felt like, okay, I can probably collect some of these figures depending on, you know, what I'm looking for. So the only Funko figures I have right now are from the 1989 Batman film. I do have Batman here, and I do have the Joker, and then I do have a Prince figure. He's really cute. I know that there are several other Prince figures out there, which I do want to collect. Prince is one of my most favorite all-time musicians. I think some of the other Funko figures I probably get are any wrestlers. Again, you know, naming the wrestlers that I did earlier. So I think the oldest thing I have out of my collection that I came across are these Batman figures. Well, Batman and Joker. You can tell it's pretty old based on the color of the plastic. It actually kind of broke, but it does have a card in there. This is from 1990. So, I mean, I don't know how much longer I can keep it in this condition, but it's starting to fall apart. And the most expensive item I have out of my collection is this Mafex Joker. So this is based off of the Dark Knight Joker, which was played by Heath Ledger. So this is supposed to portray Heath Ledger. So I think that's why it was so expensive. Yeah, so this is probably the most expensive thing out of my collection that I bought. So in addition to my tour of my little collection I have so far, I wanted to do a little unboxing with y'all. I did purchase some things over the course of the past 2 weeks, maybe more, but a lot of it has finally come in, and I figured I'd share it with you all. So first up is this Nightwolf from this Mortal Kombat collection here. More up to date as far as, you know, the skin tone and the outfit. I can always remember the Nightwolf from the Mortal Kombat Annihilation movie, and who was played by Lightfoot, versus then and now. Oh, also on the Mortal Kombat video games. I used to have a Sega Genesis, and Mortal Kombat was probably my most favorite and most played game. And I remember seeing Nightwolf then, and you see it now. There's a total difference. I think they're trying to be more accurate as far as Native Americans. So, I mean, this is kind of cool. But since I have this, I think I'm gonna have to start collecting the other figures for this. And next, I actually came across this in Walmart. It is the Batman from the Three Jokers comic book series. So I was able to pick up Batman. I also do want to collect the other characters, possibly. Not sure if I want to collect Red Hood. I mean, I guess I could complete the collection, right? But I definitely need to get Batgirl. She is the other one that I do need to get. And on my recent trip to Santa Fe, I did stop by at Target. Wasn't intending to buy anything, of course, right? We don't intend to buy more than what we get or something like that. So there I was able to find the new WWE Ultimate Edition figures that just came out. So I have Mr. T here, and then I have Hulk Hogan. These Ultimate Editions I will likely keep in the box versus some of these characters, which I took them out obviously. And they're more, I don't want to say expensive, but they're more on the higher end as far as price goes. Before I share some of the other toy figures that I got, I wanted to show this Frankenstein backpack that I came across. again, being a part of this whole pop culture thing, of course, I had to show this. So this was made by a company called Vixen. I believe her name is Michelin Pitt, but yeah, I came across her through a YouTuber that I follow, and came across this, and I had to get it. It's a backpack. They also have a crossbody, but this one's a backpack, so I haven't taken off the stuff yet, but yeah, see? Really cool. They did have a Bride of Frankenstein, but that was only for a crossbody. But as big as these are, I figured a backpack would be more sufficient to have. So here it is with it on. Super cute. I love it. I also was able to come across a Spirit Halloween store where I stopped and bought a few things. As you know me, I love Halloween. More of the stuff that I got is kind of things that I may just use year round. I didn't get a whole lot, just a few things that I came across. And I figure I share what I got yesterday. So this is a little haul of what I found. Okay, first up, knowing me, I'm a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan. Freddy Krueger is probably my most favorite horror character out there. When it comes to winter, you will most likely find me in a beanie. And so I came across this beanie. I thought it was pretty cool. Has, well, his signature sweater, striped sweater. And so it has his hat, his glove, and the Elm Street street sign. And it does have the little Nightmare on Elm Street logo there. Let's put it on. Okay, and then I came across this Elm Street street sign. I would probably hang this up on my wall and keep it up year round. I needed a new keychain for my keys, so I saw this. It says Elm Street Neighborhood Watch. It does have Freddy Krueger on there. He's cute. And with one of my other favorites being the Frankenstein movie, I came across this vintage monster mask. I thought it was really cool. I like a lot of vintage things, and this was cool to come across. There were some other masks that were there. There was like a werewolf, mummy. I mean, there's just all sorts of different vintage masks. So I wasn't planning on wearing it, but more for a display. So I mean, I'll probably hang this up on my wall probably. I mean, I might go back to get the werewolf and mummy and just kind of just Are you done?
Few moments later.
And like I was saying before I was interrupted by Miss Daisy, who's really thirsty. But I was planning on buying but like I was saying, I was planning on buying the mummy and the werewolf and just displaying it on my wall as decor, or I might just wear it for Halloween. And the last thing I came across was this trick-or-treat little tote bag. As you can see, it has Sam. If you haven't seen the movie, this is Sam. Highly recommend this movie, by the way. It's probably one of my most recent horror films that I really like. The storyline is pretty cool. But check it out if you want a good Halloween horror film to watch this movie, Trick or Treat. But that's it for what I found at Spirit Halloween. On to the next. Typically, I like to go out into the wild and look for some of these figures, or any figures at all. There's a lot of collectible places out there, toy collectible spots that just have tons of different types of figures. Whatever you're looking for, most likely it's out there. But I think the most fun part about all of this is actually going out, seeing everything and finding something you're looking for, or something that just catches your eye and you just get it. But lately, I haven't really been out to toy hunt lately. I've actually just kind of purchased some of these things online, did a few pre-orders, and they finally just came in. So now I'm just opening them. So I figured I'd open them with you all. So this first package, I did get through Amazon. Again, like I said, there are so many different types of genres, toys from different eras, just, you name it, it's most likely out there. But I came across this, it's the G.I. Joe most recent figure that came out. It's the Classified series from Hasbro. It's the Spirit Iron Knife. So this is it. Again, more of a better representation of a Native American man. So pretty cool. Has an eagle. I believe this was worked on. I actually saw this on Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas. I did see a post he did a while back, I think it was last year, but he talked about this figure, and I believe there may have been some other natives who kind of contributed to this figure. I'm assuming kind of gave their insight as far as, what should be used, what shouldn't, the whole stereotype thing. But yeah, this is really cool. I like it. It does, I would say, have a better representation of, what a Native American figure, action figure, should look like. So there you go. All right, so this next figure, I did pre-order this from Target. This is a Target exclusive, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But so the 1966 Batman series did come out with their own toy figures, as you saw on my shelf here. So of course there were two different whatever. So you have Eartha Kitt. So she was the first Catwoman figure to be put out there for the 1966 series. So she was on the TV series back then. So of course had to get her. So they recently came out with the Julie Newmar Catwoman that was a part of, she was actually in the movie, the Batman movie. So here she is, Miss Julie Newmar. They have this similar outfit. Actually, they are wearing the same outfit. Same exact outfit, it's just different head. Yeah, so that's Eartha Kitt and Julie Newmar, Catwoman from the Batman classic TV series. I think a goal of mine would definitely be to collect anything from the early Batman, like 1989 on characters, and most likely the animated series, Batman animated series, because I also grew up watching those too, so it would be cool just to collect anything Batman. As far as the latest movie, the only ones I was most interested in was the Batman figure. This one, does have his mask on. They do have a Bruce Wayne, and I believe there's one, I think there is one that's unmasked, where he doesn't have his mask on, but I wanted the masked. Again, I think Catwoman and Batman are probably the only two that I'm most interested in, so I did get the Selena Kyle Catwoman figure, so I have her. So they also have a Selena Kyle that's unmasked, but I wanted the masked. Last but not least is this huge box that I got, and I will say I was influenced by professional wrestler Ethan Page to purchase this. I saw that he bought one, so I bought one. No, but I thought this is really cool. Another thing I forgot to mention, big fan of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the old school, like very first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that ever came out. Also grew up watching those, probably seeing every single episode that came out, but that would be my next Target collection as far as what I'm aiming to get next. Would be the whole, or not whole, but just anything Power Rangers, the OGs, you know? So this would be, I would say, my first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, my very first Mighty Morphin Power Ranger collectible. It is from the Lightning collection. Again, I was influenced by this. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, sorry, I had to like take it out of the box just to get to the box. All right, here it is. Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Lord Zed. It's his head, basically, his helmet. Okay, let's open this up. I gotta find a place to display this. I mean, it's huge. How to put together. Oh, it does come with a stand. I was kind of worried, like, I gotta find a stand. It actually comes with a stand, which is nice. Hang on. Sheesh, this thing is like, this thing's so complicated to get out. And I also saw that you can actually wear it as a helmet. Well, not like a protective helmet, but you can wear it. There it is. All right, I just gotta like assemble it, put it together. Be right back. All right, y'all, so here it is. Lord Zed's helmet. So cool. A little heavy. I think I'm gonna try it on. You can wear it. Oh my goodness, look at that. I am Lord Zed. So not only is this a really cool helmet that you can wear, it is also an electronic voice changer helmet. So I inserted the batteries. Let's see what it says. So there's a little button in here that you push. So I guess it only has 2 voice recordings. And when you put this helmet on, it changes your voice. Oh my goodness. Nay. Let's say some native slang. Nay. Is it hati? Hatisha. Yadallah. Yaate. Hagone. So that is pretty cool, but that will be put on display. I'll probably take the batteries out. And just one of very many collectibles to add to my collection. I am like literally living my childhood dream. As an adult, I can actually buy the toys that my mom told me no. Because I'm like, come on, let's admit, Most of our parents probably said no when we wanted a certain toy, but now as a grown-up, you know, I can buy all the toys I've never had, and I'm just and I just see all of this as an investment. A lot of this stuff will probably be maybe worth something later on down the road. So I'm gonna take very good care of everything I have. I mean, I would love to keep everything I have, but you never know. I mean, I could possibly trade, sell later down the line. I guess we'll see. A lot of this I'll probably keep for years to come and just enjoy. Definitely grow my collection. It is growing from what I first started when I first started off over a year ago. My first collection, the first two things that I bought were the 1966 Batman and Robin. Those were the very first two figures I bought, and I always remember that. Never thought I'd ever get into toy collecting, but here I am now. It's so cool, it's so fun. I never knew how big toy collecting was, and I've met several people, and I mean, it's just so crazy and amazing, and like I feel like I'm addicted now. You know, just waiting for the next drop, see what's coming out, and you know, you just want to keep adding to your collection. Like I said, it's just fulfilling something that, you know, I never had as a kid. I wasn't very fortunate to have a lot of toys. I mean, I had some toys, but you know, some of the stuff, you know, I wish I could have had when I was a kid, but now I can. It does get exciting, and it keeps me happy. I mean, I'm very proud of my collection right now, I'd say. When I was on the road traveling, would basically stop anywhere there was a toy store or a Target, a Walmart, and see what there was to find. I did come across a lot of my stuff at some of the places I traveled to, so I'm looking forward to getting back on the road, visiting a lot of these other toy collectible spots. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for allowing me to share one of my hobbies and something that I am currently doing now. But I am looking forward to more toy figure hunts, so keep an eye out for those videos. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.